television show Succession first premiered on HBO in 2018. From the beginning of the series, this flagship show impressed people with its satire, comedy, suspense, and dramatic moments. In terms of humor, Succession displayed satire that ranged from subtle to over the top. In the show's premiere, there's a subtle quick pan shot at the end of the episode. In this pan shot, Tom's heartfelt birthday gift to Logan, the Roy family patriarch, is given as a consolation prize to an employee's family after that family member had been mocked by one of Logan's children, Roman. In terms of more explicit satire, there's episode 5 of season 1. In this episode, we witness the way Greg, Tom, and Logan all view culinary delights differently. Greg wants to splurge by going to California Pizza Kitchen. Tom wants to immerse himself in the privilege of wealth by doing weird things with birds. But Logan, who has the wealth that the other two aspire to, just wants a Big Mac. There's any number of comedic moments, and there's the intrigue and suspense of who will gain control over the family business, Waystar Royco. But the narratively captivating part of Succession are its dramatic moments, the intense moments of hope within the characters, the way so many of their dreams are crushed, and the way the characters ruthlessly and callously betray each other. More to the point, they betray not their enemies but their friends, romantic partners, and family members. Succession is a show about family drama, a show that persuades viewers to return to the show for each additional episode of dramatic development. The plots and characters provide viewers something to think, reflect, and discuss between viewings. But what best explains the show's pull on viewers? I would like to suggest that someone who's never seen the show, who's never had HBO, and in fact someone who lived about 2,300 years ago, actually has perhaps the best take on the prestige cable television program. I'm talking about Aristotle, Greek philosopher of science, drama, ethics, and rhetoric, among other modern-day disciplines. What I'd like to suggest in this video is that Aristotle's ideas about tragedy in his work, the Poetics, articulate the aspects of storytelling that make Succession so compelling. So let's walk through some of Aristotle's ideas of what makes a tragedy compelling. While I'm not proposing that Succession fits the definition of an Aristotelian tragedy exactly, I am suggesting that Aristotle's understanding of tragedy significantly overlaps with the storytelling features in Succession. Furthermore, I'm arguing that this significant overlap goes a long way in explaining why the show is so popular. So what did Aristotle say about tragedy? Well, I'm not going to go through everything he said in the Poetics, but here are some key observations Aristotle made that speak to one of HBO's most popular shows. Number 1, the tragic form evokes pity and fear in the audience. Aristotle argues that the goal of a tragedy is to engender in the audience feelings of pity and fear. We feel pity because we can empathize with the tragic figure, and because we feel that he or she doesn't fully deserve their horrible fate. The fear comes from our realization that if this can happen to the tragic figure, it can also happen to us as audience members. In other words, it is our identification with the tragic figure that elicits this pity and fear. We see ourselves in the figure. His fate is ours. Number 2, the tragic figure is neither too good nor too bad. The identification the audience has with the tragic figure connects to another of Aristotle's observations, namely that the protagonist needs to be someone whose moral behavior fits within the center of a bell curve of morality. Regarding the tragic hero, Aristotle wrote, "Such is a man who is neither a paragon of virtue and justice, nor undergoes the change to misfortune through any real badness or wickedness, but because of some mistake." In plain everyday English, what this means is that the tragic figure can't be too evil or too good. If the tragic figure is too evil, then the audience will not mind seeing him or her suffer a fall. The fall will be seen as deserved. If the tragic character is too good, then the fall will be rejected by the audience as wrong or unrealistic, or just narratively unacceptable. In other words, for the audience to have pity and fear at the fall of a tragic figure, that figure cannot be too good nor too evil. Number 3, the tragic story includes a reversal and a recognition. Aristotle observed that in Greek tragedies, the tragic figure usually had certain characteristics. This list of characteristics isn't an exact science, but the traits include, among others, the following. Number 1, a reversal, peripeteia. Things appear to be going one way for the tragic figure, then suddenly move in another direction, usually much worse. Number 2, the tragic figure undergoes a recognition, an anagnorisis. In the story, the tragic figure suffers a reversal, and at least for maximum effect, according to Aristotle, it's at this moment of reversal that the anagnorisis or recognition happens. During this reversal, the tragic figure realizes that it is his fatal flaw that led him to this reversal of fortune. This is his recognition. Number 4, tragedy emerges from familial or friendship connections. The tragic fall evokes in the audience a combination of pity and fear. Pity for the tragic figure, and fear that we might share the same fate because we, as the audience, see ourselves as resembling the tragic figure. The catharsis that provokes pity and fear in the audience arises when the conflict occurs between friends, couples, or more likely blood relations. As Aristotle puts it, but when the tragic incident occurs between those who are near or dear to one another, if, for example, a brother kills, or intends to kill, a brother, a son his father, a mother her son, a son his mother, or any other deed of the kind is done, these are the situations to be looked for by the poet. In other words, the tension that creates tragedy is best formed through the embers of family conflict, marital relationships, or friendships. Tragedy is about betrayal, it's about ambition, it's about characters demanding their place in society and having others deny them that place. As 20th century playwright Arthur Miller wrote, as a general rule, to which there may be exceptions unknown to me, I think the tragic feeling is evoked in us when we are in the presence of a character who is ready to lay down his life, if need be, to secure one thing, his sense of personal dignity. When that character's attempt to achieve his personal dignity is thwarted, that is what brings about for Miller the tragic feeling. And, as Aristotle noted, the type of struggle, pain, violence, and betrayal that often accompanies a character's quest for personal dignity comes when they interact with those close to them, with whom they share affection and love. It can't come from interacting with one's enemies for reasons that will appear obvious. One's enemies are expected to destroy one's own self. There's no sense of surprise or betrayal in having one's sworn enemy try to bring one down. In similar fashion, it can't come very easily from a neutral third party. That party might not even know the tragic hero exists, and even if they do, that third party doesn't ethically owe the tragic figure anything, at least not in the same sense as friends, family members, and spouses. But conflict between familial relations or friends carries with it surprise, betrayal, and a host of other powerful emotions that can, in turn, evoke pity and fear. Number 5, Oedipus and Oedipal references. Finally, it's important to think about one particular play, Oedipus, by Sophocles. In this play, Oedipus is cursed to kill his father and marry his mother. Part of his fate is out of his control, but part of it is based on his insistence of defying the gods and his cursed fate. When Oedipus attempts to run away from his destiny, he unknowingly encounters his father, kills him, and then marries his widow, who happens to be his mother. It's the hubris of Oedipus that he thinks he can avoid his fate that causes him to run into it. The reason this is relevant is because all throughout Succession, including in the scene I'm going to focus on, there are numerous Oedipal references. I don't think the producers of the show meant to put them in, or at least I have no reason to think they did. But I think any time one makes a show about familial conflict with Aristotelian tragic overtones, these types of references are likely to appear, and once you see or hear them, they're hard to miss. So let's take a look at the final scene from season 3. As we watch it, I'll point to some of the observations about Aristotelian tragedy I've mentioned above and connect them to this hit HBO show, Succession.
We can stop you. And we will stop you. Blow this up.
You need our vote for a change of control.
Yeah. You need all of us. You need a supermajority, and we can kill it. And we will.
You're playing toy fucking soldiers. Go on. Fuck off. I have you beat. You morons.
Well, no, because you need a supermajority that only
no, because I mean the supermajority. Is she still on?
It's all done.
Can we get her back on?
Dad, what is this?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, London?
Caroline, you're on with Roman, Kendall, and Siobhan.
Hi, Mom.
Mom?
All right, well, I don't necessarily want to do any more tonight, Logan.
Your mother and I have been reviewing the terms of the divorce agreement.
Mom, you fucked us.
And we've agreed that the arrangements were a little antiquated.
Oh, fuck, Mom, he got to you.
Oh, seriously, Mom, already? What the fuck did you...
I can't get into it, all right? I think everything will be fine. Red Tendon's dealing with it all.
Mom, you just slit our throats.
Please don't be angry. I think this is for the best. Peter's so excited.
Oh, is he? Peter's excited. Great.
I'm not sure it's been good for you, all the, you know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you all. Bye.
Oh, we just walked in on Mom and Dad fucking us.
Thank you, Caroline.
Dad. Please.
Please?
Please.
The seat sniffer gets a fucking leg up. That's a deal. What have you got in your fucking hand?
What have I got? I don't know. Fucking love?
Love? You come for me with love. You bust in here, guns in hand, and now you find they've turned to fucking sausages. You talk about love? You should have trusted me.
Dad, why?
Why? Because it works. I fucking win. Oh, go on, fuck off, you nosy fucking pedestrians.
Dad?
Hey.
Mr. Roy. Hold on a second. I need you to...
The fuck told him? Who told him that we were coming?
Jerry. He's not well. You can help us, right? You can help us stop him?
Well, I'm focused on whatever outcome best serves the financial interests of the shareholders of the company. But it doesn't serve my interests. How does it serve my interests?
Later.
Hey, Chef. You okay?
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What's going on?
Mom fucked us.
What?